Hi guys, it's Vicky, welcome back. So a few weeks ago I uploaded a video where I spoke about some makeup items that I regretted buying, and in that video I did say that I would like to maybe do another one where I put those items on my face in a little bit of a kind of get ready with me style video, which is what today's video is going to be about. So in that video I think I had 6 items, and I won't be including 2 of the items. One of them is my It Cosmetics CC cream, and that's just because that's in my project pan and I feel like I've spoken about that product a lot on my channel recently. And then the other one was my MAC Whirl lipstick, which I have gotten rid of because I hated it. It was horrible. So I have the other 4 items here in front of me, so I'm going to be applying those along with some of my Shop My Stash items as well to try and kind of get those used as well. So I'm coming to you fresh faced today. I have done my skincare, and the final step that I did was my sunscreen, which is my Bondi Sands SPF 50 sunscreen. It's quite a glowy, really sort of shiny SPF. It's really lovely, but sometimes I do kind of catch myself in the mirror and go, oh yeah, I'm a little bit shiny, oily looking, but it is a good sunscreen. So okay, so in that video there were 3 foundations that I included. Like I say, one of them was my It Cosmetics CC cream. The other one is my bareMinerals Complexion Rescue, and then the other one was my Laura Geller tied together with a hairband Baked Balance and Brighten Colour Correcting Powder Foundation. So I am actually going to use both of these. Now the bareMinerals Complexion Rescue, I actually have 2 of these, and I have one in the shade Vanilla, which is kind of my perfect ideal shade, and then I bought this shade called Wheat, and this is slightly darker, and I bought this to be like my summer shade. But in reality, I don't really tan throughout the year. I tend to kind of stay this shade of pale throughout the year, so I don't really need like a summer and a winter shade. So whenever I use the Complexion Rescue, which isn't often at all, I use Vanilla. So it just means then that Wheat kind of gets neglected. I don't often use it at all. Now the product itself I actually really like. I'm actually going to start applying it whilst I'm talking. Just squeeze some onto the back of my hand. It's a little bit mousse like in consistency. It's not a real runny one, and I am going to use the bareMinerals smoothing face brush that came with it. I got this in a set of QVC. Yeah, so the product itself then I do quite like, and I like this in the summer months when I just want something on my face, just like a touch of coverage but nothing too heavy or too full. So it doesn't provide much coverage at all, so I also kind of tend to use this on days when my skin is looking pretty good. If I'm looking quite tired or if I have breakouts, then I tend to go for something a bit heavier than this. Now I did say this is the brush that comes with it, so I either use this or I actually use my fingers. I do tend to like using a damp beauty sponge when it comes to applying base products, but because this is pretty sheer to light coverage anyway, using a brush just kind of soaks up all the product, so it looks like you haven't applied anything on your face. But the problem I find with this brush is that you can see the streak marks, and I've popped it onto the back of my hand and I'm just dabbing on a little bit at a time. But even still, if I look closely, I can see the brush marks, so it's not ideal. So I probably will end up just using my fingers at the end to just kind of push the rest of this product in. And because this is a sheer to light coverage product, you can be quite forgiving with your shade as well. So if you aren't able to get your exact shade, it doesn't matter if you go either side. If you go for the paler one, you can bronze it up a bit, but it's so sheer, it doesn't matter. If it was like a medium to full coverage foundation, then yes, get your perfect shade. Yeah, it's nice. It is pretty. And you can just kind of leave it like this. If you are kind of like running out the door but you just want something ever so slightly just to kind of add a little bit of coverage and a little bit of kind of an even complexion, you can just leave it like this. But I have quite bad dark circles, so I will need to go in and conceal these. But it's a real nice buildable product. And the finish is ever so slightly luminous. It's not really matte and it's not heavily dewy as well. I can kind of touch my face and it feels just a little bit tacky, but I'm not going to touch it and then immediately end up smearing off half the coverage. Okay, so I do need concealer. I need to kind of cover these dark circles a little bit, and I'm just going to use my Revolution Conceal and Define concealer that's in my Shop My Stash in the shade 3.5. And I also just concealed some blemishes as well. So with this Complexion Rescue, because you can still kind of feel it slightly on your skin, and because it is quite a kind of luminous finish, I do actually like to go in over the top with powder, and that's quite handy because the second item that I want to include for my Makeup I Regret Buying video is my Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten Colour Correcting Foundation. So this is just going to provide some extra coverage, and also because it's a powder, it's just going to help take some of that shine down as well. Now again, this is a product that I included in that video, not because I don't like the product, but just I don't really wear it. I like how a powder foundation looks, but it's a product I rarely wear. When it comes to foundations, I just go for a liquid. I'm a liquid foundation kind of gal. Now this is really pretty, and because it is marbled, can you see all the marbling in there? Like with the Complexion Rescue, if you are in a rush and you only have time for just one product that is going to even out your complexion, provide a bit of coverage, this colour correcting foundation by Laura Geller is really good. And unlike liquid foundations that tend to make your face look kind of one-dimensional, because this has got all the colour correcting colours in it, it provides colour correction and provides coverage, but it makes your skin still look like skin because of all those different colours within it. So it's a really clever product. But one of the things that I don't like about this product is how kind of dark and how orange it is. Now I tend to go for the light option when there are options like fair, light, medium, because medium is just far too dark for me. But also fair tends to be a little bit too pale and too pink. But with the reviews of this, I heard that light was quite orange. So if you do tend to usually go for light, go for the shade down. So I went for fair, but this can still be a little bit too orange and too dark. So the key to this is to use a kind of fluffier brush like this. This is the Zoeva powder brush. If you go for quite a dense brush like the Real Techniques one here, you tend to apply too much. So go for a fluffier brush and go for a light hand, slowly build up with the coverage. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do light, sort of like swooping motions all over my face, and then I'll look at where I might need a bit more kind of like pinpointed, targeted coverage. Yeah, see, that's immediately taken down some of the shine. I need a little bit more on my forehead. I am actually going to use that Real Techniques brush just to pinpoint that under my eyes, just to set that concealer. My other brush was a little bit too big for that. Okay, so I don't think my face looks that one-dimensional. I think you can still kind of see some other colours kind of coming on through, but I am going to leave it at that because, like I say, it is very easy to apply too much of this powder foundation and then you end up with a base that looks quite orange, quite dark, and just too much. So you've got to know when to stop with this product, and I'm stopping there. Okay, I did say I don't think I look one-dimensional, but I am going to put some bronzer and some blusher on. Bronzer and some blusher. I'm going to go for my Fenty bronzer, my powder bronzer. This isn't in my Shop My Stash. This is in the shade Shady Biz, but I wanted a powder one, and then I'm going to go for Milani Luminoso. This is in my Shop My Stash. So moving on to the eyes, and I'm going to go in first of all with my NYX HD eyeshadow base, which is in my Project Pan, and then I'm also going to use my MAC eyeshadow in Blank Type, which is also in my Project Pan, and then I will go back to the items that I regretted buying. Okay, so back to the products then. Now the next product that I said that I kind of regretted buying is this eyeliner by MAC in the shade Powersurge, and it's a really pretty colour. It is this kind of like khaki goldy green shimmery shade, and I bought it because I saw Sam Chapman do a video where she kind of like put it all over her lids, smudged it out and made some sort of like smoky eye look from it, and I just thought it was so pretty but also so easy. Now I did try to find that video so I could kind of recreate it for this one here. Couldn't find it, but what I did find was a video by Mallory Brooke, and she was talking about her best MAC products and her most repurchased MAC products. And MAC Powersurge was actually one of those, and she was saying in the video how it works really well with the patina eyeshadow, which I actually have, and it is this one here in my MAC custom palette. And if I swatch it, it is a lovely shimmery warm brown with like a khaki base to it, and she said they pair really well together. And she said that she put MAC Powersurge in her waterline, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm kind of going to start with what Sam Chapman did. I am going to run this eyeliner across my entire lid, and then I will layer it up with patina. Okay, so just going to like draw this all over the lid. That's quite pretty. That's quite grungy, and it also reminds me of one of the shades that's in my Laura Geller Weekender palettes, and I think I used that one on my Full Face of Laura Geller makeup. Right, gonna take a Luxe crease brush by Zoeva, and I'm just gonna blend that out a bit. Just soften those edges. Nice, nice effect. Maybe I need to kind of use this colour a little bit more. I feel like this would be quite nice over Christmas actually, to go for like a smoky eye, but something that has a bit more of like an autumnal, can't speak, an autumnal base to it. And again, just smudge that out. Now this pencil isn't super hard, so it's not like you're dragging a pencil across your eyelid and it's going to hurt. But it's also not super creamy as well, so I don't think, well, I'm hoping transfer isn't going to be a problem. That's nice, I like that, and I feel like there's options you can kind of choose from here. You could kind of add gold eyeshadow to this look to really bring out the gold specks that's in this eyeliner. But then you could also add just brown to it as well, but you could maybe also add in some green as well. So there's a few kind of like different options that you can kind of go for with a base like this. I really like that so far, but I am going to do what's her name? Mallory? Yes, what Mallory said in her video. And I'm going to take patina, and from the swatches on my hands, patina is lighter than Powersurge. So I'm going to put patina sort of on my inner to mid lid. They work really well together. You know what, I was really pushed for time this morning because I had to leave and take my car to the MOT. So I only skipped forward to that bit in the video where she spoke about patina and Powersurge. But I've saved the video, so I'm going to go back and watch the rest of her video and see what else she says in it. See what other kind of like combinations she has found. And also as well, if you know of any combinations that you like, please let me know. Love that. Oh my goodness. I think I need to include this MAC custom palette in some sort of Shop My Stash, or maybe I can make it one of my 1 month one palette. That's so nice, that's so pretty. Right, I want to take some shimmeriness, so I'm going to go for MAC Shroom, also from a custom palette. I'm going to put that in the corner of my eyes and under my brow bone. Okay, and then I'm going to take patina and just run that under my eyes. And then I'm going to do what Mallory said and put Powersurge in my waterline. Okay, that's not really showing up too well in my waterline. Yeah, that's not a great shade for my waterline. That wasn't really sort of picking up too well, but I did just smudge it out a bit more with patina. Now it does need a liner, but I don't want to go for something really thick and dramatic like black. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Charcoal Brown, also by MAC, put that on an angled liner brush and just do a line like that. Okay, so for the eyeliner then, I dipped into charcoal brown and then a little bit of Night Divine here. I didn't want anything hugely kind of jet black in terms of eyeliner. I just wanted a little bit of something by the lash line, and then I used my Yves Saint Laurent mascara, and then for brows I'm going to go in and use Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 3. Okay, so last product then, and it is a lip product, and it's another MAC one. And this is the lip liner in the shade Oak. Now, I like this lip liner, but I bought Oak and Strip Down at the same time, and I have just reached for Strip Down a lot more frequently than I have reached for Oak. And because they are very, very similar in colour, I think in hindsight, I probably should have just bought one over the other. I didn't really need two very similar nude type of lip liners. But it is a really good product. It's not really drying, so it doesn't, you know, like pull at your lips when you apply it. It's not hugely creamy, so it's not going to transfer really easily. It is a really good shade, and it does work with quite a few of my lipsticks as well. Now I think this is a bit darker and also a bit cooler toned than Strip Down. So there's the lip colour then. So quite pretty, nothing wrong with it at all, but yeah, I think it is just slightly darker and slightly cooler toned than Strip Down. So that's probably why I've gone for Strip Down a bit more regularly than this one, just because I prefer like those warmer tones. But that one works fine. And then yeah, I'm going to go in over the top with Vive Lip Dew. Alright, so that is the final look done then. I think this is really, really pretty. I think layering together these two sort of foundation type products has worked really, really well. Like I say, bareMinerals Complexion Rescue, really handy for those days where you are super pressed for time, you just want a little bit of coverage but nothing too heavy. It's just the application of this I find a little bit tricky. I tend to prefer my fingers for it. And then the application of the Laura Geller one, a loose brush, and be really, really light-handed with it. Now, I think my favourite part of this makeup look is actually the eyes. Pairing together Patina and where is it, Powersurge, this duo, this is so pretty. Now, I'm not really into a smoky eye makeup look. I love it on other people, but it's just not something I tend to wear on myself. You know, my makeup skills aren't great, so whenever it comes to me wearing a smoky eye, it looks messy and like bad messy, not like rock chick lived in, I woke up like this in yesterday's makeup type of look, you know. It looks messy, doesn't look nice, but I feel like this is a little bit more of like a sexier but also like a more everyday type of smoky eye. I think it's lovely, and the fact that it's quite cool toned as well with those kind of like specks of gold coming through, I think is so pretty. And I feel like this eye combination could also work quite well for Christmas. Pair it with a red lip and you've got a really lovely Christmas look. And then the lips, classic kind of nude lip liner with a glossy lip. And I feel like this lip liner as well, this will work really well with Soph Fudge lipstick with Revolution. When I come to panning that lipstick, I think this is the lip liner I need to get out to pair with that lipstick. But yeah, I really like this makeup look. I really do like it. I love the eyes. I love it when you kind of rediscover old makeup that you haven't been using in a while and you kind of, in a way, fall back in love with it. But I'm so pleased that I know now how to make MAC Powersurge work. Pair it with Patina and you get such a really cool effect. So yeah, I'm gonna go and watch the rest of Mallory's video. I will link it below as well for you guys to check out. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I've really enjoyed filming this, and like I say, I'm so super happy that I now know how to use MAC Powersurge, and I really want to start using my MAC singles a bit more often now. I probably need to start delving into this palette a little bit more. But yeah, if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys.